Well, over the past 10 years, Donncha O'Callaghan's wholehearted, no-nonsense style of play and his reputation as a notorious practical joker have seen him become one of the country's best-loved sportsmen.
Now, one of the most decorated and capped Irish rugby players of all time, and also the father of 3 young girls. He is now fronting a campaign to help new fathers bond with their infant daughters. Donncha, you're very welcome this morning. I know you're all excited because you just met hometown outside. Yeah. You came in, you went, geez, they're all so young. You felt like a granddad out there.
They are. I was trying to poach them. I know Louis Walsh has got them, but I was kind of saying, lads, you know, they're big boys. They could actually play a bit of rugby. They're too pretty for it, though.
I wanted to ask you about, because we're going to see it later on at about 9:10. I had the pleasure of interviewing Nigel Owens on Friday, and you said he's a gentleman. He is an absolute gentleman. But you were just chatting there and telling me about the respect you guys showed him. That one day he called all of you together. What did he say?
Well, no, normally there's little things go on in games, but I remember in one match he called all 30 players together and said, this isn't good enough, you have to up your game because the supporters are after paying good money to get in here, and basically gave us a bollocking like that. So it's easy to kind of adhere to the rules when you respect the ref and awful lot as well.
Why has that never transferred into other sporting creeds? Like the GAA and soccer, they've never managed to get that level of respect for the refs that is just intrinsic in rugby.
I think it's because it's bred in at underage level. I think from the age of kind of 6, you have to respect the ref, get back 10, address him as sir, make sure you shake hands with him coming off the pitch, and it goes from there. And I think that's one of the great things about rugby, that you can go out and knock lumps out of each other, but afterwards, put out your hand and maybe, share a drink with someone afterwards, but just enjoy it.
And come here, does it feel like, it does, I have to say, as a supporter watching, it does feel like the end of an era. We've seen many mighty men go.
That's Brian, just because Dricko's going.
No, but you've got Jerry, you've got John Hayes, I know you've got another 2 years in the contract, but does it feel like that from your side of it?
I'll be honest with you, the changing room changes every year. It's really funny, and guys come in and out, but new characters bunks up the whole time, and when there's a massive void, as someone like the guys you mentioned, you'd be surprised who actually steps up to the mark. I know there's Dricko who you can't kind of fill his shoes, but someone else will step up. It'll actually be a hard jersey to fill at the moment. I wouldn't fancy being a 13 because the eyes of the nation are looking. And
do you feel the aging though? Like, do you know, like in your head, do you think, God, it's taking me longer to recover, or do you just, you're still 18 when you wake up?
I would recommend to anyone that's kind of feeling old, hang around with 23-year-olds. It's the best crack of your life. No, it really is. You just go in every morning, they're just, like wild and free and just like to have fun, and they train really hard, which is great, but they're looking to have fun and to knock an awful lot out of it. And I'll be honest, I nearly take energy from it. I enjoy being in their company. They've no worries.
Has it changed? I heard actually Brian talking about this. The young guys leaving schools now are so serious about their training and their nutrition, and they're massive. They're all stacked. Brian was like, we were nothing like that back in the day.
Yeah, we were told stay away from weights, it'll stunt your growth and it'll slow you down. And then you see these guys coming out as big as John Hayes at the age of 18.
Not that you're small yourself now, to be fair.
No, but they're getting bigger and stronger and fitter. But a big thing to probably coach is the skills, to make sure the skill level is still high, and I suppose you can get really good guys in gyms, but it's to make sure that their kind of fundamentals are still strong, that they're actually rugby players and not...
You can be as big as you want, but you need to know what to do on the pitch.
Exactly it. And I suppose there's great structures in place now with the academies and all the provinces, and there are a few who've done an incredible job of kind of getting everything. So I people talk about a golden age, but I think it's been a product of good structure by the RFU.
So you don't think this is the end of a golden era, it's just the start?
Yeah, absolutely. I think rugby is really popular now at the moment. Much like I remember when I was growing up, I was the boy that played rugby because I was no good at hurling and I was rubbish at football. So whereas now people,
and you were 6 foot tall.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the way it's going now, that people actually kind of maybe play it as their first sport, not that he's only good for pushing and pulling, throw him over to rugby.
Is that really what you felt?
Oh, it's the truth. I'll be honest with you. I tried playing hurling, but just didn't have the skill level for it. And I think my two brothers played before me, so they were nervous about actually giving us hurleys.
By the way, on the subject of your brothers, you have followed one of your brothers in getting the call up to the Barbarians.
Yeah. I was delighted last week, this weekend, to play with the Babas. So it's an invitational team. You get invited to play, and it's really intimidating. You go in the door. There's people from 9 different countries. No one speaks the same language, and all you have in common is that you all love rugby. And
it's seen as a sort of a special honour, because it's not just it's not like a selection just purely on your rugby ability. There's an element of it being a sort of an honour in and of itself, that it's a comment on you as a person.
It's legends get the call up.
Yeah. It seems to be, and I'll be honest, rugby actually needs the Babas at the moment. It's getting so professional that we can't lose the values of the amateur era. You know, like we were chatting about earlier, knocking the head off your opposition but shaking his hand and having a drink afterwards. And it's funny that you can put, you know, guys from different countries, Tonga, Samoa, Georgia, in a dressing room, and all you share is that you love rugby and that you're able to get on. And, you know, within 3 days of being around each other, you can actually muster a win against England, which is a great thing to do.
Is it hard to get the team to gel in that short space of time?
They have techniques to get the team to gel. It basically involves going to the bar. So
tried and tested techniques.
Exactly it. And then a scrummaging session the next day. So it's funny. I've been involved in loads of these team bonding events, and you know, these high wires and zip things, but lads having a few drinks seem to calm down and just have a chat, and I think that's one of the special things.
You love that social side of it, and you take great joy from pulling lots of pranks and playing lots of jokes. Do you think that's deserved, that reputation, Donncha?
No, I don't at all. I suppose I like to enjoy myself, and I'll be honest, when you're cooked up in hotels, or, you know, you just need a little release every now and again. So my teammates normally are victims of some of it, but as always, there's consequences. You know, you end up running the gauntlet, and you're the fella they all kind of look to, you know, get one over.
Have you any classics? Have you any where you go, yeah, that was excellent, that was top notch, quite pleased?
I'll be honest with you, the majority of them I nearly regret. Like, there was one I brought ducks into a team management meeting, so I managed to get them up from the pond with a load of cornflakes and get them in, but I spent the afternoon cleaning up duck poo for the...
But you managed to herd ducks.
Well, I didn't herd them, they followed me. I had a box of cornflakes.
That's quite the gift.
Yeah, exactly. In duck world, that's gold. So so yeah, but like all of them, you regret them afterwards when you're stinking. And
well, okay, so that's one of the ones you regret, but I think you kind of like the memory as well.
Yeah, of course.
Other memories, like moments that you are most proudest of in your sporting career, which is not over. We're talking like it's over.
No,
you have years to go yet.
Hopefully.
But moments that for you go, yeah. That's,
yeah, absolutely. And this is the time of the year where you reflect an awful lot. And I suppose for me, the ones that stand out are the 2 European Cups with Munster, and then the Grand Slam with Ireland.
Which is better, winning for Munster or winning for Ireland?
No, they're very different. I'll be honest with you. Like, the Munster lads, you see it every day, so you're by nature you're just friendlier with them, and it's kind of got that, you know, kind of parochial GA feeling to it, where it was winning with Ireland, just coming home, and even the lead up to that week, just the whole country be behind you.
I thank you for that, actually. That was an amazing match.
Yeah,
it was magic, absolutely magic.
Yeah, it was great, but I think there's more coming down the track. I think we're in a great position. I think we've got a really strong squad and a great coaching setup now, and coming into a World Cup year, I think we could be in a really strong stead.
And in the spectrum of things, where does playing for Munster with no pants come?
No, we had pants on.
True, yeah. Well, no shorts.
There they are.
I'd love
your
to.
mighty red
go with
pants.
The red? Like, do you always think I'll wear the Munster colours all the way down?
I like red underwear. I'll be honest with you. It's,
just on you or generally?
Speaking of red underwear, because we know you like red underwear, we made you a pair of Ireland AM red pants. There you go.
Thank you.
They
Thanks
can be
very
your new
much.
lucky pants.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks very much.
We're also here to talk to you because you're doing this, because you're a daddy with 3 lovely girls. Robin is your most recent addition.
Yeah.
And you're recently trying to encourage other dads to help them bond with their children. Yeah,
it's nothing major really. It's a comfort and a personal campaign, just a cuddle guide. A lady who knows her stuff, chatting about how important important it is to cuddle your kids, and anyone with kids know that. So
I was looking at the stats, and it said that I think 1 in 3 Irish dads are really nervous and feel uncomfortable holding newborn babies.
Oh, yeah.
Were you?
Well, I was nervous. I suppose I've grown up in a house where there's always been kind of little kids around the place. So when you see your kid first, you're going to shake hands or something like that. I think there's an instant bond, and I know the guide goes through it, and I get a bit of slagging over it at the moment. So the lads are, I could do with a comfort cuddle or different types of things. But I know from my own little girl, Robin, the one she likes when I hold her is when she can see her mom. So she doesn't want to know she's with dad. She wants to see mom all the time, you know what I mean? So if I turn around, she might give the get me away from this guy. So
all the boys are asking for comfort cuddles at the moment?
Yeah, well, just every now and again. But I know straight away when I was doing that, I was landing myself in trouble.
And did you sense a material difference when you first held your own child versus somebody else? Did you feel a different level of bond?
Yeah, completely. I suppose it's really hard to describe, but it's just an incredible feeling. It's just I don't know how to describe it.
Does it change the way you play? Because you've never held back, and you've had a lot of injuries and big hits. Like, do you ever think?
Oh no, I hope it hasn't held the way I play back. In fact, if anything,
it doesn't look like it has.
Yeah, has coach been on to you or something? It's.
But do you ever worry about that?
No, not at all. I suppose from playing rugby at a young age, you learn how to be safe on the pitch, and I've been lucky to kind of go through and have great coaches that teach you small little things that keep you safe. And I'll be honest with you, you're more at danger of picking up a bang or a knock if you don't go 100%. So I find anyway. So it's normally.
So those 3 young girls of yours, are they going to be playing rugby or?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like them to play any sports. I'll be honest with you, I'd like to think when they're 18 they'll still be combing their doll's hair and hanging around with dad. Yeah, but
do you know what? Woe betide their boyfriends going home to you. Well, my dad's Donncha O'Callaghan. Nobody's going to be going near them.
That's exactly it. So that's what I'm training for at the moment. There's going to be a point in my life where my daughter's going to be 18, 15 and 16, and I think I need to be in my best condition for that.
Listen, no temptation to go abroad, take the big bucks, go to France?
I suppose I'm not helping myself in negotiation terms, but no, I love Munster. I love playing. I love Munster. Love playing for Ireland. I think granted you can play for money, but it isn't my motivator. I'll be honest with you. Granted you have to put food on the table and stuff like that, but I got into rugby to play for Ireland. I wanted to play for Munster, and
long may you continue to do so, Donncha. Pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Now, coming up after the news from the runway in New York and Milan to our very own Ireland AM couch, supermodel and actress Lily Cole popped in, and she talked about going from supermodel to super campaigner.